Who is the real Emmanuel Macron? A brilliant technocrat who will modernize the French economy, a skilled banker willing to forego a large salary for the sake of public service? Or does he have more in common with the billionaires who support his campaign? If we listen to the fawning media, we hear that he isn't a millionaire at all, but rather a brilliant economist with a God's eye view for what is best for humanity. Not so fast. Macron was a managing director at Rothschild and Company, and he only spent 2 years working as an investment banker. It normally takes 15 to 20 years to become a director in a big investment bank. His colleagues who worked with him said that he didn't even know what EBITDA meant, something you would learn in your first semester of corporate finance or accounting. So why was he promoted so quickly? As one of his colleagues told the French business network, BFM TV, you don't go from fixing the mistakes in Excel spreadsheets at midnight to being a partner in a firm the next day. We also know that he made nearly 3 million euros in bonuses while employed at the Rothschild Bank. Not to mention a base salary of 400,000 euros. Why did they pay him so much? And where is the money now? When Macron disclosed his wealth in government documents, he claimed that he had only 200,000 euros in net wealth. Emmanuel Macron wants us and the taxman to believe that he is too poor to pay the wealth tax. The answer to this riddle isn't difficult to solve for anyone who is even slightly familiar with the idea of corruption. He was paid for future services. It was for his rubber stamp on selling part of the French manufacturing company Alstom, which the government partly owned, to General Electric, as well as the sale of many other key government assets. Who benefited from these sales? Who were the bankers and lawyers paid to make these deals happen? Did Emmanuel Macron benefit? Here's what we know. Emmanuel Macron has a shell company in the island of Nevis, in the Caribbean, created by the company Dixcart. His lawyer there, Richard Palmer, is the public face of the company. Macron's shell company has a bank account in the Cayman Islands, a popular destination for tax evasion. In case you didn't know, tax evasion is considered a crime in France. This shell company's documents are held at a law firm in Nevis, a country where the government does not keep a record of who owns a given company. Only the law firm has access to the documents. Those documents are stored in their office, and the law firm is obligated to tell the government only the name of the company in question, and nothing more. Thus, routing a company's money through a tax haven, like the Cayman Islands, provides an extra layer of invisibility for those entities who wish to hide their wealth. For every man, woman, and child in the Cayman Islands, there are over a dozen companies. But the only evidence of this bustling business environment are a handful of banks and walls upon walls of post office boxes. One of these companies belongs to Emmanuel Macron. It isn't hard to connect the dots when trying to figure out where the young banker-turned-politician's money has ended up. The problem is no French judge, tax collector, or journalist can force the law firm in Nevis or the bank in the Caymans to open up their file cabinets for inspection. The entire business model of these tax havens is to help dodgy businessmen and politicians hide their money. They will tell any lie and deny any truth to keep that business going. No judge or journalist can change that. They lie with impunity just as their clients swindle with impunity. I guess we can dismiss the idea that Macron cares more about crumbling schools and hospitals than enriching his own coffers. Ask yourself, who is Emmanuel Macron, and who does he work for? What is he paid for? On May 7th, the French people will decide whether or not he will become their president. And if elected, who will he be working for then?